Tell us a story.
Yes, tell us a story.
Alrighty, we are going to start our day. It is cold. No snow, no rain. They say that that's possible for tomorrow night, and the next day we could get some, but no more than an inch. I understand that down south is getting a lot more than we are, which is kind of unusual, but it's happening. The weather's so cold, and I may or may not, from where the rain had blowed in through the cab, down into the roof, down into the box here, may or may not have gotten some moisture, which is the demon of the gopher, moisture into the relay box, because the turn signals will blink once and that's it. So there may be some condensation frozen in there or something, but as normal, every day, it is an adventure. So we're going to let her warm up here just a little bit more, get into the store, and see what the rest of the day will bring. Saw a lot of cats out this morning. We got a lot of feral cats around here, and then we've got cats that are owned by people. You know, as much as you can own a cat, you know, it is their world. They just let us live in it. But a lot of the feral cats will be out and about, and the cats that have their little niche dug out already, their little territories and stuff, they kind of keep the feral cats at bay as long as they don't come into their yard or the yard next to their yard. Everything's usually good. But came out this morning and there was a bunch of them. There was at least half a dozen out here, kind of bristling up and pouncing and trying to show off to each other to protect their little bit of land. It's cool because they know exactly where their boundaries are. Exactly. I'm sure they mark them, but they're exactly where, and they'll get on each side of that boundary and just won't cross it, but they'll do their little thing back and forth and stuff. It's so cool. I mean, it'd be like if I could film all that, but every time I step out, or even from a distance and stuff, they seem to know you're around. If I step out and stuff, I'd like to be able to film it and stuff, and it'd be like rural / country / the kingdom, you know, like the African videos and stuff that they used to do on Sunday morning about the lion protecting the pride and doing his thing, except with little miniature cats. But I'll tell you what, they do just as much damage. I'm sure if you would ask Dante about his doing the damage to him, he'd tell you that they can be very, very vicious. Usually they're only out trying to chase the squirrels or catch a squirrel or a bird. Right now, the majority of the birds stay in pretty much all day, except for the little teeny sparrows and stuff that are got to basically hunt for food 24/7 because it's so cold. They're burning so much energy staying around this area. But the squirrels are posted up in their holes most of the day, and they only come out to dig up their stored nuts. Don't see as many as we used to be able to on our way into work. Haven't seen any possums this year or skunks this year, but the skunks usually run in 3-year cycles. Every 3 years we get a group that the female comes in about every 3rd year. I mean, I think it's a different female every year from the litter before, but about every 3rd year it comes in and goes under the barn, and they'll have their 3 to 7, and then we've got to be careful when we step out of the house or when I go into my home computer shop. I got to be careful when I step out of mine, because my apartment's on the back of this house. And I step out, and if I'm not real cautious, they want to run towards you. They don't run away, they run towards you. It's pretty interesting. I stepped out one night. I had one of those little headlamps on, and I stepped out of my home shop one night to go around the door back into the other side for my apartment. And when I stepped out, I smelled a little musk in the air, just a little bit. But I didn't pay attention to it too heavy, because it was just, you know, like it was either old or had been away for a while, you know, a distance away. And when it came, when I came out and I got the doors locked and the alarm turned on, and as I started to step away, my little headlamp went around to the field lot that we have on the other side of the barn. And as my headlamp went around, I got a little glimpse of a few lights, like a pair of little lights and stuff, which were reflection in eyes. And then I tried to focus again and turn my head to get that lamp to go where it would go again. And the next, here's another little pair, and then another little pair, and another little pair. And all of a sudden, they started coming closer and closer in little bounds towards me. Well, I grabbed my big light and shined my big light, and when I hit that big light, oh my gosh, here comes a mama and like 7 little babies heading my way. I was reaching for the keys and hobbling. It was a race to the door. So I was hunting for my keys, trying to get my keys out, hobbling to the door, not to drop my camera bag. And I'm going. I got in just as they got to where I was. So I didn't get sprayed, but after that, I do look a lot. I look across the lot or off to the side to make sure nothing's there. It used to be that I'd come out from working real late at night or come out early in the morning and go out to the home shop, and there would be a lot of possums. You run across a lot of possums, and they just either want to roll over and play that dead thing or hiss at you. One time I came out, and there was a huge raccoon between me and the back then motorcycle. So between me and the motorcycle, and I was trying to get to the motorcycle, and it was standing between me and it reared up on its back legs and just went, ah. And I thought, USOB, I ain't got time for this. That's back when I had a real job many years ago, and I gotta go. So I had my big farm boots on like I usually do. And I just walked up a couple more feet and reared back, and with my good leg, I kicked it dead in the belly. And it flew about 10 feet and landed and ran off. I'm lucky that it didn't get a good grip with its teeth or its paws, because they'll wrap their paws around you and just start gnawing. But I kicked him and he ran off, and he hit with a thud and it scurried off a little bit. I didn't see him again, but he was a pretty good size one. I mean, he's a pretty good size coon, so it was something else. We used to get those to where they would camp up underneath the old van, the old 72 van we have parked out back that I have a lot of stuff stored in. There's no roof and floor in it now, so they kind of go up in there and they have their field day. We do have a few groundhogs that have dug holes out there, so you got to be careful when you go out. When I go out to get parts, like if I'm welding and I need to get some scrap steel for something for welding or to create something, I've got to be careful because I can step in the little landmines out there, that big, huge gopher holes. But the groundhogs dig out there. But they haven't been around for a while either. I mean, it's not that they're not there. I probably just haven't seen them. So, well, we're good. The gophers kicked down. The heat's coming on. Our turn signals still aren't working because they're frozen, but we're going to get in there and start our day. Let's ride. We don't see as many of the white squirrels. We had albino squirrels and stuff for quite a while, but we don't see too many of those anymore because of so many cats that we have. So most of them, they were easy to spot, and I don't know if they were slower or whatever, but cats would tend to knock them off faster than they could reproduce. But we used to have, it was a 50-50 or more ratio of squirrels, white squirrels to regular squirrels. I kind of miss seeing those. They were already really cool to look at. But we're here. I do miss the white squirrels. They were so cool. I've got a story about squirrels. I think it's called Squirrel Tough. So I've got a story time about it I told a while back. If you're interested, you can check back through all my old videos and take a look at it. But it was a funny story back then. So, well, we're here. We're gonna start our day. I'm gonna go in here and do my thing. Y'all take care of each other and do your thing. See ya.
Story time is over.